What's happening out there? So today, I got a, I got a plan. I got a plan. Not every time I have a plan, you know. But today, gosh darn it, I have one. This is my plan right here. I sat down this morning. I was drinking coffee with my wife. We like doing that. It's nice. But I said, this guy right here is beautiful, but it takes forever, you know. It takes a long time to. I've been working on it. I don't know, a week or so already, a few days here and there. Not straight, you know. I don't work 24 hours a day on this, but anyway, what I'm trying to say is, it's not like I forged it, grinded it, and I have it done at the end of the day. You know, nothing done. I mean, I still have a long ways to go. Same with this. Yesterday, I retouched it. This is gonna be a real nice one. Maybe the best one I've ever made. This style, you know. So yesterday I made the little guard for it, and you know it's gonna be a nice. It's gonna be a nice knife, but these here, they don't. For me at least, I can't just sit down and make them in one day. You know, whether it's because I'm just slow or whatever. I just get distracted, and mainly it's what my beef is. That's my problem. That's my beef. Just get distracted with things, but that's gonna be a real beauty, isn't it? Look at that. I just love the way that looks. But now I have to do the hard part for me, which is to put the handle on it and decide what shape I want the handle. I think I really like the coffin style, but then also just a simple downward edge on this guy would be nice. But we'll see what happens. So the decision to do that is pending, right? So today I said I got this nice. This is 1075 high carbon steel, and I've been wanting to do something with it. Not just one knife out of it, but I think I can maybe get two out of this guy. If I cut it right down the middle, I can make two knives out of it. And I want it to look something like this. Really simple. Something that I can make and complete in one day, maybe, because it's gonna have a guard, not a guard, but a bolster, and maybe a pommel. I haven't really ever done a pommel. Like one time maybe, but here it is. I sketched it out this morning at the coffee table, and maybe I'm gonna decide whether I want to cut the tip, or maybe I could do two designs with one with a full no clip like that, or this is a what do you call this? Drop point clip right here, or this is like a Santoku, you know, flat blunt nose like that. Or I can also give it a clip, like one of these, what do you call that, false edge, a tapered clip. So for now I think I'm gonna go with just a straight up full on shank style, you know, much like a puko knife. I think, I know this looks like a drawing, but I scanned it. A lot of times I'll draw it, and I'll come out here and I cut it out to put it on, to cut it to glue it on the metal, to cut it out, you know, and then it's over for that guy. I lose them. Sometimes I keep them around for a minute, but I lose them. So scanned it, put it in the computer, and I think if it goes over well, I can repeat it, you know. And I'm calling it the Nicolas after my grandson, first grandbaby. And he's a big boy now. He's going on 10 months, I think, now. But he's a giant. He's like 50 pounds or something. Nah, it's not that big. He's 27 pounds, but he's big. And I don't know where he gets that from. But I'm gonna cut this out right now. That's enough talking. I've gone on for 5 minutes. I didn't realize. But I'm gonna cut this out. Put it on here. This is not gonna be I'm not gonna forge it out on the anvil. It's just gonna be a stock removal knife, so I can get it done and see some results and get something finished, so I can have some results. You know what I mean? so I can hold something and show something off to my friends and family. And I know they love it when I do that too. So, yep, that's it. We're gonna call this a. I was thinking like a catch and cook style. You know how they do build in the day and go build something and then go catch it, or the guys that do fishing lures is like one day build to catch. But this is gonna be a forged to field, or forged to sheath. What do y'all think of that? Forged to sheath. One day forged to sheath. All right, let's do it. Forged to field has a nice poetic forged to field. That was live action, in your face action, knife making action. Forgot to record the quench. Something I should have done before I hardened the blade was to make sure this part here was absolutely straight. They're not. So hopefully my file will be able to file this down a little bit. If not, I'm gonna have to take the angle grinder to it or something. But do that before you harden your blade. Use your tools, Michael. Use your freaking tools. Sometimes a man's got to do what a man's got to do. All right, look at that. Flush. It took way too long, but took way too long to do this, but there you go. Nice and flush again. All right. That's what I got so far. This is a 120 grit. Here we go. Uh, 220 grit. That's what we got. We'll go on to the handle, I guess. Look at these flowing locks. Here's the before. Here's the after. Before, after. All right. After an hour of sanding, this is what you get right here. It's pretty good, right? I haven't polished it or nothing, so you know. I'm actually gonna dip it in ferric chloride, give it a force patina, so it won't be shining like this, I don't think. I'm debating. I might leave it shiny, I don't know. We'll see. Next up is a little guard piece, a little, not a guard, but a little bolster to go on there, like so. So here we go. Now, it's, it's a lot of gaps there, but I'm gonna solder it in this time. But also, how do you get that guy in there? You got to go in and dig a little here, dig a little there, until it sits right in there, flat, flush with the blade. So flush with the blade. So let's do some more grinding. I'm gonna cheat though. Okay, let's try it out. See how I dug in a little bit right there. And bingo. It's flush. All right, let's fill in those gaps. Fill in the gaps.
Yeah, it's a doozy. You know, it's not ready to go yet. Well, oh yeah. Oh, sure. Thank you, Paul. Nice English shape. Oh, it's a double. It's connected to an even bigger one. So we'll use the delicate tool. There you go. And it's banded. You can see the banding from that chip on the corner where I touched it. Yeah, you ruined the whole thing, I did. Okay, so there's another big one behind it. It might be attached, it might be separate. I'm not going to try to pop this one off until that one's free, in case they are attached. The top one up here is definitely fractured. It's got one of those... Pop over this log and the seal triangle.
The best sample I got was 70 grams per ton gold, 2,700.
Got 5-minute epoxy. So basically, I got 3 minutes because the stuff, it starts to get hard before, way before. Get it all good and mixed up. I dug that hole into that handle, and I hate doing that. It's the worst part of knife making, in my opinion. But you gotta do it. So I have 20 knives that are just started, you know. not finished. All right, let's pour this in here. I hope it's recording. Did I make enough? Hope so, because like I said, uh-oh. I'm gonna have to whip some more up really quick. Look at this, fast forward. Fast forward. Okay, now I got too much, so too much of a good thing, you know? That's it for now. I'm gonna go in, eat some dinner, make some dinner, and in a couple hours we'll come back out and grind it down, Uh-oh. Turns out I didn't make dinner. I ended up here. Jersey Mike's. Okay, new day. I'm back. And the knife is for sure dried up. The epoxy is set for sure. I don't know if you know this, but if you try to grind down epoxy too soon, it just will gum up your sand belt and never works out. So make sure your epoxy is good and dry, hard. And this stuff, by the way, is depending on what which one you use, like a 30-minute epoxy is like almost 3,000 pounds per square inch of strength. So this sucker is not going to be taken apart unless you bang on it with a sledgehammer, and even then it'll probably just bend. I don't know. It's tough stuff, but here it is. I'm gonna grind on it right now, and I'm gonna draw some lines first so I get the shape that I want, and that's what we're doing today. Alrighty. So if you remember the original drawing, it's just a straight handle, very simple. That way it fits in the sheath nicely and straight. No messing around. Don't be messing around, you know. So I think that's the shape. Just a regular straight oval. You know what that means? Straight up. All right, here you go. Still needs a little refining, of course, but that's what I got right now. Just like the picture, eh? Ooh, almost dropped it. Okay, I think we're all done out here. Just got to do some hand sanding on this one a little bit. But I also want to show you another reason why I don't like making handles. Look at this mess. I mean, yeah, you get some metal shavings and stuff, but dang, man. Look all over my freaking setup here. Everywhere. My shoes are probably covered. In other news, here's a knife looking ugly again here, but this is down to a 220 grit. That's pretty nice. Still has a little grip to it. You don't want to get it too smooth, and then it'll be slipping out of your hands, you know. So I'll probably leave it like that and work on the brass a little bit, make it shiny, work on this again. And no one ever accused me of being a woodworker. Look at here. Hey Mike, you're a great woodworker. Who taught you? No. You're a great woodworker, said no one ever. Is that how it goes? That's kind of a, what do you call that? Hexagon? Sorta. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. We're getting down to the nitty gritty with this guy right here. Right? So what I'm doing now is sanding this part by hand a little bit. Maybe the Dremel, just to do it faster. And I don't know, I might leave the handle just like this. You know, it looks kind of handmade, doesn't look too bad. Maybe just give it a little hand rub here, and then I'll hit the blade again, and we'll go from there. See what's next. I don't know if y'all ever had this experience, but when you sand, more reasons why I don't like doing freaking handles. Some of these exotic woods, they have some kind of like poison ivy type shit going on. So you gotta wash your arms, and sometimes I'll have some water out here. I've even used Windex on myself just because I didn't have no water. But if you leave it on too long, you start getting itchy, and all bumpy and stuff. Don't do that. Today I'm using this is Brazilian rosewood. It's a really nice wood. By the way, I get my wood at the woodshed in Arlington. Check them out. They have a lot of they do like mainly tables and stuff, you know, table resin, beautiful tables in there if you go in the store. But I don't think they're in Arlington. They're more like in maybe they are, but they're headed towards Mansfield. If you're in Arlington, Texas, it's called the Woodshed, and sometimes they have after they're done with their tables, I guess they have scraps, you know, pieces left over, and it's perfect for knife makers. So I don't know if I should be telling you all that, because next time I go, maybe there won't be any wood left for me. So this is a rosewood. It's a pretty hard wood. Of course, this is not. You could stabilize it. It's not stable. Stabilized or whatever. But it's a pretty dense wood, so we're good to go. So when you're sanding metal, when you're sanding the brass next to the wood like this, you want to be careful you don't hit too much of the wood, because the wood's going to go first before the metal. You know, it's going to move because it's softer. So you start digging in, and before you know it, you've dug a little. You start digging in, and you start digging into the wood before you do the metal, because the metal requires a little more pressure. So you can't just go willy-nilly here and go to town on it, because then you'll end up with a little divot here, a little gouge right here. So try to be careful. You just are hitting the metal only, and there's probably a better way to do it than I'm doing it, but I don't know what it is. I'm sure there's some type of machine or something, but just be careful when you're doing that. All right, let's say it together. A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. Ladies and gentlemen, the Nicolas one is done. It is finished. You all ready for this? Hey Jimmy, cue the music. Hey, Jimmy, that Indian stuff's pretty cool, but can you like give me more of a funky bass line?
They wonder how I do it like that. Two-step, then I bring it right back.